Scale guys, Nexas here, and welcome back to Destiny 2. And in today's video, guys, we are here with some Iron Banner kind of goodiness. We are here to showcase a weapon that will be leaving the loophole come the end of this week, actually, because this is the last week Iron Banner is up, and it is going to be the Hero's Burden. Now, if you don't know what this SMG is, this is a Void SMG, of course, you do get from Iron Banner, and it is Iron Banner this week. So this is the last week you can actually get this weapon, because obviously it's leaving the loophole next season, which means that you probably won't be able to grind out for it anymore. And why this Hero's Burden is actually really cool is that it has some really dope roles. Now, this is one of the roles I have that you can't actually get anymore. Don't ask me why Bungie did this, but I had Repulsor Brace. But there is some sweet roles on the current version you can get. So if you want to know if you have the current version, it's going to have this symbol up the top left. This is one of the roles I've gotten this week. I'm going to be grinding out more to get the role I kind of want, and that you should probably be looking into as well, because it's a very unique role, and it's going to be the Hero's Burden with the stabilizing rounds. So if you don't know what those things that perk does, basically kills will basically have a radius of effect where it will apply volatile to a lot of different enemies. Now, granted, this season not particularly as important considering all the freaking different mods you can get for obviously volatile, like volatile flow. So a lot of people probably haven't been looking at that thinking, oh my god, that's so dope with the destabilizing rounds. But come next season, they could be freaking sweet. We might get other SMGs that can roll it, but at the moment, there's not many. And when I say not many, I mean not many weapons that can actually roll this destabilizing round. So this is it here, and yeah, only the Hero's Burden is the only real like primary that can actually roll it. So that is why it is super cool, and that's why I would definitely recommend getting it, considering it is leaving the loophole next season. We could get something else, but this could be your last chance to get something that's really dope, especially if we don't get any good Void mods next season. You might want to dip into Iron Banner to get it. Alrighty, so we are going to be going in, of course, with our SMG that could and everything. We're going to get a weekend. No, I got the Verilok on though. We're going to be going in with our Repulsor Brace version. Obviously, you can't really obtain this role anymore, but it's kind of just to showcase as well how good the SMG obviously can be in PvE now. But we'll definitely say that when it comes to weaponry and everything, there's a ton of different Void SMGs. I'm not going to lie, and obviously that's why I'm saying if you're going to try to get a role of an SMG, you're going to be mainly looking at that stabilizing rounds role. But as I said, as far as the SMG goes, it's actually solid in PvE. It can do some really dope damage, and with the right build, of course, you can see with like Voidlock or whatever. And if you get the volatile flow going as well, it can be really dope. Now, we should be able to get a Repulsor Break going. No, we won't, because everyone's freaking dying. But if I keep us looking off thing, you'll see it. There's the Void Overshield. I get this orb too, and everything gets volatile. So just give me a sec, buddy. There we go. In the right build, it just goes in super well. And that's why next season, we might not have that volatile flow to get volatile going consistently, so you might be better off getting that stabilizing rounds just to kind of help yourself out in some different content, because volatile, I mean, it's not like, as I said, it's not hard to proc this season, but next season, getting volatile going in general is going to be really dope for dealing like with barriers and everything, because volatile actually goes through barrier or gives you piercing. So it is nice to be able to kind of, you know, have the option, especially because there is no other weapons with it, and obviously getting the freaking and having the freaking, what's it called, the Repulsor Brace in this weapon is actually really dope. But yeah, definitely this with the stabilizing rounds, it's gonna be really nasty, and the fact that it's like the only primary weapon in the game that can actually roll it does make it super unique and desirable. And this is your last week to kind of, you know, go get it. So yeah, that's why I'm definitely freaking recommending it right now. Alrighty, so we're actually gonna switch it up a bit, because I didn't actually realize, but apparently if you have Repulsor Brace on and the freaking volatile flow, it actually won't give you the freaking Devourer. Who would have thunk it? Or not Devourer, it won't give you the volatile freaking light. Yep, what a bug, what a pain in the ass. But we're going in with a different one. This is gonna have like moving target or whatever, and obviously you'll see I'm getting the volatile rounds now. You can see volatile rounds on this SMG is going to be dope, and it's going to be even better next season when, of course, you get the stabilizer rounds going in with it. I said you might not be as easy to kind of get volatile going next season, mainly because you have to generate orbs or whatever, but this season definitely with of course the other mods, and if you have a Reaper subclass too, you can see it's very easy to kind of spawn an orb that can give you that what's it called, the volatile flow. So next season we could get like something similar too, which would make this honestly just really dope. Boys, can we get rid of this? Thank you. Take that, buddy. Oh, does that not work if I don't activate this? No, do damage. Oh my god, I'm such a noob. But yeah, the Hero's Burden itself, as I said, it is actually just really dope this season in terms of the roles you can kind of get on it and everything. Obviously, this role I have right now isn't exactly like the best PvE role in the world. But when it comes down to it in terms of the stabilizing or the potential roles you can get, it's definitely going to be worth looking into getting it. As I said, the stabilizing rounds alone should be piquing your interest. So if you don't have it, I would definitely recommend. But it's just another solid 900 RPM SMG. I will say that there's probably more better roles you can get for things like the funnel web and everything, which are going to be somewhat similar as well in terms of RPM, whatever. But This weapon just has that, like, legit, those stabilizing rounds just save this completely in terms of making it really worth trying to get your hands on. As I said, it's just such a good freaking perk. So 100%, if you don't have a roll of it, I would be grinding my little booty off into PvP, into Iron Banner to try to get it. Now, I know Iron Banner this season is... it's kind of the cheeks. It is kind of cheeks, I'm not gonna lie. But it might be worth it just to get a roll with the stabilizing rounds, because it will do absolute work for you. Like, you see, especially with the volatile flow, I'm just like running around absolutely just blasting things, especially against these void shields. You can see it, all this works out super well, the whole build and the whole rolls and everything. So Heroes Burden PvE is definitely worth getting a decent roll of, because it goes freaking in. I don't even have a god roll and it still does freaking work. Well, that is it from me, and of course the Heroes Burden itself. As I said, this is one of the rolls I was using because I realized midway that my freaking stupid ass repulsor brace actually doesn't work with the volatile flow. Maybe they thought it would be too broken or something. I don't know. Maybe it's a bug. I don't know, boys. The game has a lot of problems freaking lately. But the weapon itself, the Heroes Burden, this is actually really dope in terms of PvE. As I said, it's a Void SMG, which always kind of goes in anyway with Void classes, and especially this season with the volatile flow. But the fact that it has that stabilizing round roll, it's pretty much, I wouldn't say a must get, because the stabilizing rounds hasn't really found its way into the meta thus far. But as I said, that's because volatile has been so freaking easy to, like, of course, do this season, because obviously, yeah, it's legit pick up an orb and you get it going. So next season, when volatile maybe isn't as easy to kind of get procced and everything, it might become a bigger deal in terms of PvE content and stuff. But overall, it is just a super unique role. It's super unique that it's a primary weapon, the only primary weapon that can roll stabilizing rounds, and I definitely do think it might be worth going into Iron Banner. It's not the greatest Iron Banner, to be honest, and especially when it comes to like skill based too, and then you have connect. It's just hard, guys. Iron Banner right now, it is freaking hard to play. You never know when it will become meta, guys. You never know when the meta will just come around, and then if you don't have it, it's gonna bite you in the ass. You're just sitting there like, oh my god, it's got FOMO mode. So yeah, 100%, it is probably worth getting one of those hero burden rolls with stabilizer rounds, and honestly, just as general weapon in terms of PvE and everything, it's still solid. So even if you're not getting that stabilizing rounds or god roll, give it a shot anyway, because it will do some work PvE. But regardless, if you like the video, show us a like, and you want to support content, subscribe, and fantastic day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next collective in the next one.